Is this yours? Do you have one for me? Before I get mad, did you have one for me? Wallahi?
Wallah.
Yeah, you read the title right. I watched a Fousey Tube or YSC stream on X for the first time ever. All I've been seeing is clips of this guy losing his shit, coming back online, going back to a rehab center, getting arrested by cops. And I decided, what's the promo push? Why is he getting $100 million deals that he's botching in 24 hours? What is the hype train behind this guy Fousey? And I realized it. 20,000 people love to watch him crash out, and the 13 comments was about 60-40 on the hate train. So I don't even got much talking to do for this video. I really want to make it quick. I believe that this guy thinks that all publicity is great publicity, but that's not the case, brother. Take a look at this 34-year-old man going through something. So around the time I tuned into the stream, he was doing attempted freestyle to whatever beats he had with his homies. And from the clips that I used to see of him, it seemed like his crew, his entourage got a lot smaller. He went from having like a team of like 10 to 15 people to about like 4 or 5 people that were just hype training him. So unfortunately, I started recording this stream on my MacBook, and Apple is now in cahoots with the apps over at X and all these other big apps where you cannot screen record and get sound anymore like it used to be. That was the golden days when you can screen record anything and get the sound and just, reclip it. So in this clip, I'll explain to you what's going on. He is attempting to freestyle. I watched him go through like 2 crappy beats and have an even worse freestyle. There was a point in this video where he had to ask his friend if the beat dropped yet.
It hasn't dropped, right? Hasn't dropped?
No, not yet.
You can talk.
Hold on. Maybe I know we said it's been here only 2 weeks, no longer I said.
But yet he says he wants to be a big rapper on the scale of Drake and J. Cole, and he has T Grizzly as a feature. He was in the studio with DDG, but he has to ask them if the beat dropped. It was so embarrassing. And everything he rapped about, it got personal. It got so personal. He talked about his life again, his mental health again, his mom again, and to a point where his homies had to force themselves. And I've never seen a more forced head bop in my life than his Glazers standing right next to him. They were trying to motivate him, and they even had to tell him how to rap. Rap fast on a high BPM, rap slow on a slow BPM. He did not know that concept, but yet he wants to be the biggest rapper who's going to drop an album in only 30 days. I think he only released like 1 or 2 tracks. I went to his YouTube channel, and he only released like 1 or 2 tracks, and November is almost over. He started at the beginning of November, and we got Thanksgiving next week. He has only 2 songs. What's this album gonna be? An EP? Okay, if you only have 2 to 5 songs, that's an EP. That's not a full album. Okay, an album is 12 tracks. I don't know how he's gonna get that done. A quick sidebar I had to talk about is, now that I go back and listen to IGD, his first debut, where he's talking about a whole nother man and his woman. Anyways, that flow sounds a lot like DDG's new music. And in his last freestyle, and in his freestyle where he was live, he kept saying things like, got a track with T Grizzly, got a verse from DDG, got a verse from DDG. So I put 2 and 2 together, and it equaled DDG wrote his entire verse for IDG. That's what he paid him for. That's why he was in the studio. He was giving him a verse. I don't know if he already said this on his stream. Like I said, I've never once watched a Fousey stream. DDG wrote this man's entire verse. Just listen to it. It sounds exactly like DDG.
We can't fuck with peons.
Hey.
We can't fuck with peons.
Definitely not.
How did I do for the first time ever? To be honest, that was valid. All right.
Right. So with that being said, let's keep criticizing this guy because you put your life on public display, so it's pretty much free game to go ahead and criticize it. So I went over to my Windows desktop and turned on OBS. Shout out to OBS for being an OG because you could still record anything and everything on there mostly and get the sound. So I got the end parts of him rapping, and you know, all you need is a 5-second clip to figure out how it goes.
Dog, that's where I'm from. It deserves to be free. Dog, let them breathe. Yeah. Go again. I spent about 7 racks today. That's why I said that line. For real? Swear to God. Like stuff I needed. I needed a boombox.
Yeah, with a mic.
I needed a new iPhone. Bada boom, bada bang.
So he immediately flexes his money on his team right away. I guess that's to make up for his bad raps. He's like, shit, I can't rap, but I got more money than y'all, so y'all better, you know, not talk shit. That's probably the one girl that will still stick around him at this point. I don't know how much he's paying her, but yeah. Kumi apparently, I guess that's the camera guy as I was watching. Everybody in the chat started to actually root for Kumi and say, we want Kumi to rap. We want Kumi back on screen. Kumi's more entertaining than you. And I guess he saw those comments in the chat, obviously, because he started just being rude as hell to his cameraman Kumi right here.
Dub's coming. Grab the camera.
Gotta change for another man.
Hey, John. Okay, I need food. I'm hungry, dog. I'm very hungry. Can somebody feed me?
I got so much food for Muffin, dude.
Yo, who went to Crave?
Say, one liter, give me a nice coffee. Wallah, I said that. I swear to God, I'll pull up the clip so you can't say I didn't this time. I said, whenever you go out and you got your, is this yours? Do you have one for me? Before I get mad, did you have one for me? Wallahi?
Wallah.
Because, man, he goes out, uses my card, buys himself caramel iced coffee, and doesn't get me one. He didn't get me food yesterday. That's not cool.
Real quick, I gotta say, for full disclosure, I do not actually enjoy watching people spiral out of their mental health and their right state of mind, all for clicks and views and engagement. I do not support that whatsoever. It's honestly a bit sad seeing this grown man who had amazing success and everything he claims he did. You know, he was a pioneer for the YouTube prank game. He was on Tyler Perry's movies, all that type of good stuff. But now I don't think you're ever getting a movie role ever again with this type of live streamed media where your life is on display. There's gotta be somebody else besides his therapist in his circle telling him to just chill, calm down, take a deep breath. It almost feels like it's you know how people have a midlife crisis when they're 50? This is more like mid-clout crisis.
Wallah.
How insane and unhinged is that? Well, because I don't know. I don't know if that's warranted or not, because his cameraman laughed in his face and was reminded that Fousey said, whenever you go and get yourself iced coffee, get me an iced coffee. You know I'm streaming 24/7. You know I got to make content. Get me a coffee. And his cameraman didn't. But was that really necessary to throw and toss and waste his whole half of iced coffee onto the ground and the furniture there? Also, too, I would have just, if it was me, I would have just took it and drank the rest of it in front of his face if it was that cynical. And Fousey does nothing next that surprises anybody, but uses this moment to let his emotions get the best of him once again.
Man, he goes out, uses my card, buys himself caramel iced coffee, and doesn't get me one. He didn't get me food yesterday. That's not cool. I'm not even acting. Wallahi, no, I'm not acting. You can mute it if you want.
So yeah, they proceed to mute it, and then Fousey disappears. I swear to God, he disappears for like the next 15 minutes of his own live stream. He leaves the camera in the hands of his lackeys, and they just talk about nothing. At first, they get in their feelings, this guy, and then they absolutely go on and on about not a damn thing.
I'm in trouble. I gotta book my flight back.
You told me
So I know I said that the best part is coming, and here it is, ladies and gentlemen. After Fousey dips out on his team twice in his own stream, this happens.
One take. Now all of you come here. Now all of you who I just spoke about.
Come right on camera. I didn't hear it. Okay, then go stand right there. You're gonna hear it now. Play it out loud for them. One take, play it out loud. Dot, you too.
Cool me in my Tesla, driving all day, spinning my car just to sip on your latte. Where's my iced coffee? Oh, you must have forgot. Next time, better bring me mine or you'll be shot. Pouty with the braids, yeah, they twisted too tight. Claiming big moves, but you ain't thinking right. Your head in a knot, and it shows in your flow. G1 peasant, visit time for you to go. My G1 peasants yelling out in the zone, can't sit at the table. This a king's throne, big talk, small moves. Y'all better go home. G7 energy, now y'all on your own. CeeMo with the sweaty hands, fumbling the ball. 0.4 on the clock, you always drop it all. Crowns on his head, and Joanne's my queen. Keep my kingdom well fed. G1 peasants, yeah, I'm not in the zone.
They real life hate each other. I'm like, it's like, okay, sometimes you gotta work with people you don't like, but if you hate your boss, I think, bro, it's better just to find another gig. You could be a cameraman for anybody else, man. You could just take that resume and just get the respect, even if you're getting paid the same or less. Honestly, that type of content does not need to be recorded. So this was a complete waste of time. But I had to make a video on this just to put some awareness out there, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the aspiring content creator, the IRL streamer who thinks clout and clicks equals success. Please, 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 please take a deep breath. Understand that this will be on the internet forever. This does not go away, even when you want it to. Someone else will have this and put it out there for you. And when you get old enough, when you turn into an old man, an old woman, you will look back on these type of activities, these type of endeavors, and say, God damn, I regret doing that. That was so stupid. Why? Why would I? Why?
Yo, that was all AI lyrics written in 10 seconds, dog.
Why the fuck were we nodding our head while getting roasted?
You got this.
We made it to the climax, ladies and gentlemen. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate you for that. And I also am very, very sorry I had to subject you to this cringe and this pain that I went through, because I wish this on nobody else. But this is for research and entertainment purposes only. I watched one Fousey stream.